Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. So, again, as we're coming up to the Channel 4 documentary that will be released this Sunday on the 28th of September at 9 p.m. British time on Channel 4. So it feels like every day little bits are being released, little extra bits that we didn't know before. I'm trying to keep up with them and let you know about them. Today we're going to look at a little clip from the documentary showing Jay's poor mum, Debbie, with his suitcase and also with his rave bag, the bag that was found with him when his body was found. And of course, I think part of the purpose of this documentary is to stop people talking conspiracy theories. If you watch my channel on a regular basis, you'll know I've never gone along with any of the conspiracy theories. And it's made people have got annoyed with me about it. It's like I know that I've lost subscribers because of it. Sometimes it's easier to go along with whatever the popular trend is. But I have to just speak my truth. I've never felt that there was anything more to Jay's death than a tragic accident. As I've often said, I'm still not sure exactly why I went up to the Airbnb. That's a whole nother thing. But I don't think there's any foul play included in his death. I think, he was a young lad. Went out, got a bit wasted, didn't he? And then made a foolish decision to try and walk across that terrain. It's very, very sad. Anyway, yesterday we heard that he did release, there was a last text of his that said, I don't think I'm going to make it. He knew he was out up in the wilds and he was lost and he was scared, bless him. My heart just goes out to him and Debbie. So anyway, what they've been what's been released now is a clip from the actual documentary, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. But also, I just wanted to read out to you from an article this one was from the Echo, but it's the same article more or less that is in every newspaper. What they say about it. So they say Jay had his mobile phone with him on which he made his final calls to friends before his tragic end, including a distressing call to his best friend Lucy Law, in which he expressed fear that he might die. Debbie shows the cameras, Jay's suitcase. Debbie in the documentary, Debbie shows the cameras Jay's suitcase from what turned out to be his last holiday, a trip from which he never returned. So in the documentary, she unpacks the contents of the bag, his man bag, like that all the kids seem to have, didn't they? At that rave, that's what they do these days. They have a bag, and they keep their sort of the stuff that they need in there, mainly their phone, their charger, those kind of things, probably a little bit of money, vital things that they need. And so apparently, well, we'll see in the video, Debbie shows this bag to the cameras. It's very poignant, and you'll see that in a minute. Also very poignant is his dog. His dog is in the scene, the show his dog, and his dog's in the room on his bed. And, but the dog's thinking, where is he? Why has he not come back? It's that dog will the dog will like his smells and things like that. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? The whole thing is just heartbreaking. So remember we said the other day that she can't bring herself to unpack the case. We're going to watch her open the case, but she never unpacks it. She just sniffs it, so that she tries to get his smell. And then we'll see her opening his bag that he had with him, the bag that was handed to her from the Guardia Civil, still has his things in it. And she looks at the things that Jay had in there, And the other thing she said, which is important, is there were no knives in the bag. Remember all the talk about him having knives down his trousers? She said there were no drugs in the bag. There were no expensive watches in his bag, no AP watch, no Rolex watch. That's it. So I think it was more or less decided that a lot of those messages that had gone backwards and forwards with Jay and his friends were, just like daft talk, from a young lad. There is no evidence whatsoever that he had any knives down his trousers or anything like that. So, unless you're going to think that there's this great big conspiracy like the Guardia Civil, the coroner, Jay's mum and dad, everybody, you'd have to think of it. You talk about a conspiracy that the British police, the Spanish police, and then you've got to think why. I know, all right, people might say, oh, it's a psyops or this, that, or the other. It's not a psyops. This boy died in a tragic accident when he went on holiday. He's not the first one for it to happen to. People go on holiday, they leave their holiday, they have their holiday head on, especially young lads, young girls too, it happens to. They get into, alcohol, drugs, holiday. People do things that they wouldn't normally do, don't they? Also in the new film, it includes the final images of Jay and the messages that he sent. So apparently at 11:55, he was spotted at Papagayo nightclub, and the CCTV captures him leaving at 1:04. And then at 1:12, he tries to get back into the club, and he can be seen at the entrance. But a bouncer appears to be pointing into the distance, seemingly showing Jay something, and they would not let him back in. At 2:40 a.m., he sends a message to his friends saying, I can't get in Papagayo, they've got a marker on me. And his friend Lucy responds at 2:48 a.m. and says, I've just said I'll come out and get you if you come home. And at 2:49, Jay replies, doesn't matter, it's okay, I on a mission. So, remember the coroner's report found that Jay told his friends he was in the middle of the mountains and he needed a drink, and then he attempted this 14-hour walk home the morning after consuming drugs and alcohol on a night out. And that's when, unfortunately, he came to, he had an accident, came to a sticky end, didn't he? Bless him. So let's have a look at this video. I think, it's only a very short clip. Poor Debbie. Honestly, my heart just breaks for her because not only she's lost her son, and you can see the raw grief is still in her face, but the way she was treated, disgusting. Yeah, so just a little clip, just we'll see, looking forward to the documentary, and I hope it encourages people that were nasty to Debbie before to be nicer, and I hope it shuts up the people that were clickbaiting all the way through the Jay Slater case, saying these horrible things about him, about his family. They should be ashamed of themselves. I hope they take the videos down, and they give social media a bad name, those people, in my opinion. It's one thing to question things, and it's another thing to literally put things out as if they were true. I'll always question why Jay went back to the Airbnb in the first place. But some of the other things, like people actually were making up videos about him, putting out those horrible pictures of some other poor young lad, saying it was Jay Slater who'd been kidnapped, and he was like, this bondage situation with blood on him and things, just it's beyond my comprehension how anyone could do that. It's another thing to speculate what might have happened to him, especially in the beginning when we didn't know really what happened to him. And then to be nasty to the family, literally attacking them. I mean, not even just questioning things, literally sending hate-filled messages directly to them, phoning them up with ransom demands, saying they had Jay, and it, it just really is beyond me. These people, I agree with Debbie when she said, don't they have jobs? I mean, they've got too much time on their hands. What they're doing with all the time to do that anyway. Anyway, never mind. Let's just watch this one more time. It just rings such a bell with me with my son. He's got like a bag that he takes, not really when he goes out so much, but he doesn't go to raves and things like that. But these days, young people always take something, don't they, to carry their things in. In my day, like, men would never have a bag or anything. It just wouldn't be done. But now it's like a normal thing, isn't it? But I'm just thinking about, like, when my son goes off to work and he takes like a bag with him, and that's exactly what it'll have in it. It lighters, an aftershave, so they can have a spray of aftershave. That's probably about it, really. He doesn't put his wallet in there or anything. The bag's just really for the aftershave and the lighters. It's funny, isn't it? Maybe some chewing gums and things. Yeah, it's just the normality of this family, if you like. They're just, they're a family, just a normal family. They were, they've got a young lad there who'd been through some problems and got involved maybe with the wrong people and made wrong decisions, but his apprentice bricklayer, and he was taking substances still and what have you. That's what most young people do. If you're going to be sniffy about that, listen, whether you do it or not, if you think your child, if you've got a young adult child, boy or girl, man or woman, I suppose, when do we start saying man? And you think they never do anything, never smoke, never take drugs, never drink, you don't know what your young adult does when they leave the house. You really don't. It might surprise you if you did know. This could be any family that this could happen to. And it's happened to this family. And you can see Debbie's like shell-shocked, because not only she's lost her son and she's had to bring him back from a foreign country in a body bag, but she's been the centre of all that hate as well. Just must be awful to try and deal with. My heart literally goes out to her. I'm going to watch this one more time, but we'll see. Okay, so yeah, see if they release any other bits and pieces as we come up to Sunday when the documentary's been on. If they do, I will bring them to you. But thank you for caring about Jay. Bless his little smiley face. I'll see you really soon in the next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Thank you.